Uh, let's go to the first strategic framework, which calls strategic group analysis. So in this framework, it will be identify main competitor, identify different thing characteristic, plot company on graph, and interpret the strategy. I believe that next I will have an example for this one. So example of the group strategy analysis here, taking tuition fee and curriculum as an example. So we can see here we have Riverside, Cambridge, Meridian, Phonics, Harmony, and Gateway. We see that premium tier offering diverse international curriculum with high tuition fee, which is Riverside and Cambridge, while a mid-tier rank school with moderate curriculum, diverse and mid-rank tuition fee are Meridian and Phonics. Value tier school which more focus on curriculum offering at lower price point, which is two school here, Harmony and Gateway. So this mapping help identify competitor positioning and potential opportunity for differentiate for our international school. So when we see this, we can differentiate ourselves. How can we do better than the other? Maybe we can improve curriculum, or we should reuse the school fee, for example. Next, so the next one is SWOT analysis framework. So everyone know about SWOT. I will go very fast. So SWOT include strength, weakness, threat, and opportunity, right? So everyone know about SWOT. It's an easy one. And then next is an example one for the international school. So basically this one is a phonics international school. If it linked to the first graph, if we look at strength, phonics strong in market share, 15%, as you can see. American curriculum with international relocation, competitive pricing, 5,000 to 8,000, and 60% international teacher. So it's strong for mid-tier segment. If we look at weakness, it could be student to teacher ratio is too high, 15 to 1. Standard facility versus premium offer might be higher price school. So we can look at it could be the weakness also. Lower percentage in international teacher because we see only 60% international teacher, so it might be a weakness also. Limit curriculum option compared to school offer multiple tiers. So it could be more weakness, but I raise four base. And then if we look at opportunity, expanding middle class Cambodian family seeking qualified education. So we see a lot of growing family income, all of that. So it's a good opportunity. Potential for facility improvement to compete with premium school. Develop a specialized program to differentiate from other mid-tier schools. So there's a lot of things we can improve because the facility, I mean, the school size is very high. If we look at Phonet here, and then strategic partnership with the American Education Institute, which already established, are also a good opportunity for our school. Threat, increased competitor from other mid-tier international schools. So because it's mid-tier, it's easy to grow. So it becomes a threat to the school. Premium school potentially lowering tuition fee to capture market share. So it could be the premium school one, they just reduce the fee and then all the parents moving there. Challenge in recruiting qualified international teacher. So it could be because right now only 60% are international. So it become a threat also. Shift expand demographic offering enrollment pattern. So it could be a shifting of expand demographic that affect our enrollment. However, right now a lot of parents are, I can say, local, so it might not. But in case international, I mean, in case our student are majorly and expat children, then it become a threat. Next, so another framework is the Porter 5 force. So Porter 5 force, it look at competitor, he look at new entrant, he look at supplier power and look at customer power and look at substitute strat. In example again for international school, so if we look at competitor in Cambodia right now are high intensity among 30 international schools in Phnom Penh. So for limited expat and wealthy local families. So in terms of competition, we can say it's high. In terms of the new entrant, it's moderate. As Cambodia grow economic, attract education investors. So we can see a lot of investors right now focus on education, but also health, for example. If we look at supply power, it is high. A lot of qualified international teachers travel around, especially they like Cambodia. They want to come to Cambodia. So it's a good one. In terms of customer power, it's moderate to high, as parents can select from various curriculum option and price point. And as we expressed about that international school are over 30, so customer power are very high here. So it's not very good. In the case of substitute threats, it's low as right now education, we say everyone required to have an education. Online is not yet accepted, or homeschool. We don't have any parent who can do homeschool. Government not recognize at all, for example. So there is very low in terms of the substitute strategy. Next, please. So another framework is a growth share matrix framework. This framework is introduced by BCG. This is very important. So there's only 4 spot or 4 plot, if I can say. The star, if you look at graph, it is on the top right. So it is a star. What does star mean? The star mean here is that a company has a market share very high and grow and market growth rate also very high. Everyone want to be in the star position, which is on the top right. Question mark. So question mark is in where's question mark? Question mark is in the top left, which is growth rate are very high. However, the market share is very low right now. So it's a question, right? Why we put question mark here? Because maybe something we can do to increase the market share. But if not, then it's a big problem. So a lot of things, a lot of things we can do to improve if we are in the question mark spot or plot. A cash cow. So cash cow market share is high already, but market growth rate is low. However, because they are now in the big market share, so they are a big positions. For the dog one, the most negative one, which is small market share and also market growth rate is very low. So this a lot of consultants also using this BCG growth share matrix to be able to share information and give recommendation to business who wanna create a new one. Next, please. Perception mapping. So perception mapping include 2-dimension mapping, Spider-Man mapping, intuitive mapping, and multi-dimension mapping and joint mapping. So this it vary from the consultancy. Some people do spider because spiders look attractive. And they draw all of those map, and I'm not using all of this. I used to see the spider program mapping before, but the other not very much. But like I said, because the spider map, a lot of people like a spider things. That's why they use that one. Okay, next. So pest analysis, this one very popular also for pest analysis, and I have an example here as well. So pest analysis look at political, we study political environments, We study economics, how is it in that country or in that environment. We study social, what are the things, and we study the technological. Where my next slide, I would have an example for international school again in Phnom Penh in terms of political, education ministry, regulation, license requirement. So we look at that, whether there's a restriction, right? For example, there's a recent announcement that the government will restrict international school license because they want to strictly review only qualified international school will be allowed to open, something like that, but it's not fully blocked. Visa policy for international teacher and staff. So we need to look at if we open international school, whether there's a restriction for a visa policy or not. So this part of the political. Political stability, very important, whether we are stable or not, that's we need to look at. And then foreign investment regulator for educational institute. Right now, as I don't think there's an effect with Trump decision to remove or to remove the, I guess, the Department of Education in the US. But everyone look at like, is there any effect, especially for accreditation company that established in the US, or are they gonna increase? Are they going to increase the tuition fee if the government right now not sponsoring? In this case, something like that. For economic, yeah, in Cambodia, growth, expat population, currency fluctuation, affect tuition fee payment. We need to look at that. Local economic development affecting the environment, and competitive pricing from other institutions. So this is economic. For social, cultural differences between local and international, changes expat of international curriculum, demographic of expat and wealthy local family. I mean, this good. And then English language adaptation trend in Cambodia. In terms of technology, internet infrastructure is good here. Digital learning platform, educational technology, access to knowledge resources, and student. There's no restriction in terms of technology resources. IT support availability, local market, international here. So next is the 7P marketing model. So usually they look at price, what you sell, introduce feature, quality, package, something like that. And then price, place, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. So this is the 7P market model. Usually it look at almost all the angle of the product. Another one is the business model canvas, where we look at key partner, key activity, value positioning, customer relationship, customer segment, key resources, channel, cost structure, and revenue stream. All of that need to look at. So this also very important. This also used by a lot of businesses or consultancy services. Although sometimes they don't look at all 9 area, they look at 4, 3, 4, 5 of the area. So the above are all of the framework right now. If we know all of those framework, then I just want to highlight what are the benefits to do this analysis, right? So first, to have market insight. Why we need to have market insight? To be able to develop a strategy, right? So strategy advantage will identify the gap, improve offering, and strengthening our current practices. And lastly is the risk mitigation, because business born to success, right? Business born to win. Without those information detail, then we don't have a proper mechanism to be able to grow, or we don't have a proper mechanism to cope with our customer reuse or increase, something like that. So key takeaway here. because there's a lot of framework. So very, very important to next. So it is very, very important to select the appropriate framework. So as you can see, a lot of framework, right? So very important to select the proper framework, gather comprehensive data. So we need to gather data as much as possible, and then perform a rigorous analysis, right? Doing from all angle analysis, and then develop the strategy to respond to those. And then finally monitor and refine. I think that's all from my slide. Thank you so much.
Samin, very interesting. I think I should have question here, jump in the middle before
Okay.
Whitney. Because let you recommend me, if I want to do a new school here in Cambodia, let's say in terms of financial, in terms of tuition fee. Let's say I classify by 4 categories. Very high, the tuition fee per annum. That is for year 1 to year 12, but say in average, where are the high level, I mean the high class of the school, let's say tuition fee more than 25,000 can classify as the first tier. Second, below 25 to 10,000. And then the third one is below 5, but above 1,000, and very low one, less than 1,000. So with these 4 categories, if I want to create a new school, do you recommend which category should I get in? The first, second, third, or fourth?
So the first one, okay, so for international school, the first one usually we call it tier 1, and then tier 2, and then tier 3, or we call high, mid tier, and then budget for the last one. The last tier is the budget actually. So for tier 1, it's a little bit difficult, over 20,000. And we already have a lot of, we already have 4, 5, 6 schools already, where in terms of family, it's not very much growth with that income family. So I would recommend the second and the third one. While a lot of parents right now grow to high income, and a lot of parents are also moving to have a good education for their children. So the middle one very much in parallel with what we are growing right now at the moment. But also we can be flexible, right? For example, we create a good facility, big space where we can grow to the premium one, which is in tier 1. I would also recommend the budget segment, we call budget tier, which you mentioned, the third one. It's also, although the tuition fee is low, but we can attract a lot of students, because a lot of parents are suffering service from the government. We are not very happy or satisfied. So let's say we can take from that market 15%, 20%, then a lot of room, to take for the budget segment. Is that answer to your question?
Yeah, so you recommend the second and third tier.
Yes.
Yes. Between second and third, which you think is the most fit for investment, new investment at this time?
If you are a local investor, you're not raising investor from international one, I think second segment is the best. Sorry, the third one is the best. But if you want to attract foreign investor or other people to come, then the second one is the best, because it show it's more value added. It's easy to increase revenue. It's easy to increase revenue, yeah. While the budget one is super small.
Okay, that's good. That's good answer. Thanks. Very clear, Samin. Appreciate your answers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saman. So let's move to our next one. Let me move quickly. Okay, so module 6, this is the last module of the strategic management. Vuochnea,
Yes, ma'am.
for you.
Hello, Professor, and hello,
Can you
everyone.
speak a little louder?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Here my topic is strategic performance measurement and balance scorecard implementation. For one of the more popular tool for strategic performance measurement is the balance scorecard. Now let's go to definition of strategic performance measurement is the involve tracking and evaluating and organization performance again is strategic goal is ensure that the organization is on the right path to achieving its long-term objective. And the balance scorecard provide a comprehensive view of organizational performance, helping to ensure that all aspects of the business, include the following, are aligned with its strategic goal is the financial perspective, customer perspective, internal process perspective, and learn and grow perspective. And understanding the balance scorecard framework for practical insight. Financial perspective, we refer to how do we look to shareholder. It is a financial health through financial statement analysis to measure the profit growth, revenue growth, cost control, or we need to consider on the net profit margin, return on investment. For the financial analysis, we need to calculate and compare the activity costs to their impacts on product or service deliveries, and identify high cost, low value activity, and area for improvement. For the ratio, mostly industry use the profitability, liquidity, gearing, and investor ratio is the how well investor will assess the companies. Let's move. And here the implementing the balance forecast. And the implement the balance forecast involve the several steps is the define strategic objective, develop performance measure, set target, align intent, initiative, communication and trend, monitor and reviews. And let's move to the example. I would like to explain you about the balance forecast. It's the ABC manufacturing. Here is the data information of the company, and I saw only the necessary data, not full statement. And the ABC manufacturing produce mid-range smartphone and was losing market share due to rising competition and customer dissatisfaction. And their management wanted to realign their business to improve customer focus and long-term profitability while continuing to innovate. And now let's go to solution. Please move. The solutions and strategic goal is the communities, the company's strategic performance and balance scorecard. We have 4 steps. Is the financial perspective. The rising competition is the competitor was offering better productions or service at a competitive price. And there are 3 problems. Problem 1 is the high cost of goods, and the problem 2 is the inefficiency in operating expense. Is the we look on the financial statement, we can see that administrative cost and market marketing costs were increasing and higher than competitors in the same industry. And the problem 3 is the pricing pressure from the competitors. Competitor offer lower price for similar smartphone, forcing the company to reevaluate its pricings. And for the upstream company need to improve profitability and cost efficiency while maintaining stable revenue growth. Why it's important for improve profitability and cost efficiency? Because financial health is the ultimate measure of the company's success. The company needed to ensure profitability even while investing in improvement. And their KPI is the profit margin about 10%. Is we calculate on income statement, we can see profit margin is the 12%. This is the company target of maintaining at least 10%. And why about 10% is important? Because it's a signal that the company is efficiency managing its cost and revenue streams, and additionally reduce necessary cost by $2 million annually is important to cost efficiency. And the outcome is we got reduced cost by $2 million and maintain 12% profit margin despite increased investment. Typically, the factor that affect to profit margin such as cost of goods sold, like raw material, labor cost, or manufacturing costs. Number 2 is the operating expense, is the admin cost, salary, rent, and utility. Inefficiency or overspend is this area hurts margins. And number 3, I think, is the pricing strategy. Why? Because setting the right price for product is the lower price could lead to higher sale volume, but a smaller margin. And opposite, higher price improve margin, but might reduce demands. And number 4 is the sale volume. Is the consistency in sale or an increase in the number of units sold is essential for maintaining a steady revenue base. And market trend and competition, I think this important because market for like private economic downturn or change in industry trend can pressure margins. And the last one is the product mix. Let's talk about premium offering and economy offering is higher margin products contribute more the profit margin than lower margin ones. And let's to customer perspective. For the customer perspective, company meets the customer dissatisfaction is the delivery delay and poor customer service lead to negative feedbacks. And the objective of company is the improve customer satisfaction and retention by addressing complaint on the delivery delay, or we can say that enhance customer experience and loyalty to control online competitors. And why this important? Because customers were dissatisfied with slow delivery times and feel that the company products were falling behind competitors. Is returning customer directly impact revenues and growth. And their KPI is the increased Net Promoter Score by 15% in 1 year. For their action, the company needs to launch a customer feedback system to identify pain points and address complaints faster, and introduce a loyalty program offering discount and perks for repeat customers. And the outcome we got is the customer complaint about delivery delay was reduced by 20%, and we got NPS increased by 18%, surpassing the target as a customer noted faster delivery and better service than before. And let's move to the internal process and learning perspective. Internal process, this perspective company with the lack of innovation. The company was struggling to keep up with market trend and introduce new features. For their objective is to optimize productions and delivery processes to cut lead time. And why? Because inefficient production processes were causing delay and increasing costing and affecting customer satisfaction. And improving these processes was critical to achieving broader and strategic goal. And their KPI is reduce end-to-end lead time is the from order placement to delivery from 10 to 6 days. And their action, they invested to automation for routine tasks with speed up assembly line and introduce time tracking system for the order to improve visibility and coordinating across departments. And for the outcome, we got introduced 5 new features ahead of schedule, boosting sales by 30% and reduced turnover to 8%. And the learning or growth perspective, the company meets the employee issue, high turnover rate and low engagement were affecting product activity. And their objective is to strengthen innovation and employee engagement to ensure long-term growth and competitiveness. And their KPI is introducing new innovation feature and new leads and reduce employee turnovers to below 10%. And their action, they introduced an employee engagement program with regular training session, career development opportunity, and fund based on incentive. And the last, they created recognition program to reward employees who contributed to innovation or improve processes. And their outcome, employee turnover dropped to 8% as the engagement program improved with job satisfaction. Here the summary of outcomes. I can say this: the company successfully leveraged its financial statement to reflect effective wellness scorecard implementation, existing target in profits margin, process efficiencies, and customer satisfaction by laying a strong foundation for long-term growth and competitiveness. For conclusion, strategic performance measurement help organizations effectively measure and manage their performance, ensuring alignment with strategic goals and fostering continuous improvements. That's all from me, Central.
Thanks, Vuochnea. And actually, we come to an end of this strategic management accounting. So if there is any specific question that we want to go through, we have a few minutes.
Okay. Dr. Sam, do you have Dr. Chris? Because we now on halfway.
Yes. I think we are doing okay with the time.
Yes, you got faster towards the end. I think that all these systems are extremely good. I think what is confusing is the complexity. If you're a manufacturer or in an operation, which models do you actually look to for guidance? This is a very tricky area. And another area which I think is is sort of socio-cultural is short-term profit-taking culture, which is basically endemic in Vietnam, and I suspect in Cambodia also. It's because of the historical political uncertainties of our nations and rapid changes that have occurred, people tend to be orientated towards the short run, not the long run vision for industry. And these are problems, but it's changing. I see it's changing, and as things become more sophisticated, certainly in the last 5 years, I think in both countries we've seen enormous changes and tremendous improvements in the sophistication of marketing analysis and use of now the internet and social media marketing. It's had huge impact, and I think that also this AI factor is just the beginning, and that will be very beneficial, I think, in the analysis of many of the companies' situations and decision making in the future. Certainly, if you've looked at some of the new programs which are coming and the use of agents in AI, these are becoming increasingly practical, affordable, and will certainly impact business in the short run in the next 12 months to 24 months, I would say. Yeah, so anyway, I think the presentations this morning have been really excellent, and I look forward to being able to access my own copies of these presentations for reference, because I think we all get further educated through this process. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I think it's a very good. I appreciate sometimes you are a leader and sometimes you are a follower. Yes, it's very good, very good. You can judge your role in the right time, right? It's okay. Okay, very good. Okay, Dr. Vesana.
Yeah, all good for me. All good for me. You know,
Yes.
we have the second topic. It is about advanced financial management. Will be led by still Miss Chairman, Miss Chairwoman lead, or Mr. Peng?
I will still be leading this, but for the second session, so the first two modules will be presented by Bong Peng. So if you don't have any question on the strategic management accounting, then we will move to advanced financial management. I think that's very interesting. That subject is really, really interesting.
Okay.
Okay, good. Then in that case, let's move to advanced financial management. We have 5 modules here. The first 2 modules will be covered by Bong Peng. Bong Peng, floor is yours now.